The Entremet, a multi-layered mousse-based dessert, each layer like a piece of a puzzle that brings texture, flavor, and color. In the hands of a skilled pastry chef, they come together and achieve perfect balance. For the Patisserie and Baking 2 class under Chef Najiha, teams were given the challenge of producing a 6-layer entremet consisting of 2 mousses flavored with greenhouse brand Mariko, a layer of jelly, sponge cake, a base, and topped with a shining glaze. The teams were also given a theme to follow, and this year the theme was Traditional. Group 18 consists of Lai Ho Nam, team leader and chef de partie, Mariko Kai, head pastry chef, Tengku nor Intan, demi-chef, and myself Azril Shah, the second demi-chef. Our team's first task was to understand the theme Traditional. Our interpretation was an idea that resonated trendiness while also having elements of tradition steeped in history, trend, and traditional. The first idea that came to mind was coffee. Coffee is of course a very traditional beverage, with history going as far back as the 15th century. It's enjoyed by cultures from every corner of the globe. Even Malaysia has its own coffee culture, known as the humble kopitiam. But today's coffee culture is much different. The trend that has taken over Malaysia is the modern coffee cafe. These otherwise known as hipster cafes can be found in almost every corner of Malaysia. They typically specialize in freshly brewed coffees, pastry, as well as ambiance. With a few ideas in mind, we decided to get consultation from a player in the industry, someone who works at the very heart of this trend. Josiah Lim is the store manager of A Pie Thing in Sunway. His store is well known for their assortment of both savory and sweet pies, as well as their coffee beverages.
What do you think about the coffee culture in Malaysia today? Is it growing?
I think these few years the culture in Malaysia is growing because a lot of people starting to appreciate coffee more and more. Like last time, a lot of people would go for cold beverage and more sodas, not so much about coffee. Even now the youngsters also go for the coffee. So I think it is growing.
How popular the salted caramel latte?
Okay, it's actually one of our best seller drink in Haiti. I wouldn't say it is popular, but I would say more special drink in this cafe. Because when people want to order latte, and we tell them we have flavor latte, which is hazelnut and caramel. And when they ask for caramel latte, we will tell them, you want normal caramel latte or you want just salted caramel latte. And when they hear salted caramel, they will be quite surprised to know that we actually have salted caramel. Because a lot of cafes in KL, they don't have salted caramel, but just normal caramel. So that's why a lot of people are ordering this drink in our cafe. Yeah.
What do you think about the pairing of dessert and coffee? Is that something very important to your consumers?
I think it is important because nowadays people will order desserts and also coffee because it goes very well. Because normal coffee is just bitter taste, and then I would prefer I order coffee and I order desserts also because it has bitter and sweet at the same time. So I think it is very nice to have it in the cafe. Yeah.
With Josiah's input, we finalized our idea on a traditional entremet. An entremet that captures the sensation of enjoying a salted caramel latte with spiced mangoes and sweet pastries. We achieve this through our 6 layers. First, the bulk of the entremet will be made with coffee mousse. Greenhouses in Mariko provide a rich and sweet coffee flavor that pairs perfectly with mousse, but for added acidity and bitterness, we'll boost the flavor with just a touch of brewed coffee. Our second mousse has 2 main elements. The creamy vanilla in Mariko gives the mousse irreplaceable texture, aroma, and a mellow base flavor. We then add salted caramel sauce to the mousse, giving it its distinct flavor. Our base is made of biscotti and nuts. Biscotti is a traditional Italian cookie that is a very popular pairing with coffee. The biscotti and nuts give the entremet a crunchy and solid base for the rest of the layers to be built upon. The middle of our entremet will feature a hazelnut genoise sponge cake. The texture and the flavor of the cake boosts and complements the other flavors perfectly. It's also brushed with a bit of brewed coffee. Our jelly is a spiced mango jelly, made of mango puree and star anise. The mango, aside from bringing brightness to the entremet, is also a well-loved local ingredient that pairs with the licorice flavor of star anise. Finally, our cake will be topped with a porcelain white shining glaze. The visual element of the entremet was designed to represent the flavors and layers, as well as give off the impression of a white coffee cup filled with latte. The white glaze will have a coffee brown stain that runs down the sides, almost as if coffee was spilling over the side of a cup. To give the entremet a stronger focal point, chocolate rings will be placed on top as design pieces. The top will also feature salted caramel macarons as another nod to the flavor of the entremet. To achieve this intricate creation, my team and I delegated the various elements of the entremet amongst ourselves. We will each specialize in one or a few elements, but will also be readily available to help each other. Mariko is tasked with the spiced orange jelly, Honam the base, Intan the sponge cake, and I, Azril, will handle the mousses. To present our entremet, we will take even more inspiration from our theme. Our table will be designed after the coffee cafes, specifically the ones that follow a library theme. Using items such as books, shelving, and glass jars, we will achieve the same sophisticated but cozy feeling our favorite coffee cafes do. My team and I are more than excited to present our creation to the world. Thank you for watching, and a very special thank you to Josiah Lim as well as the Pie Thing for their precious input and help with our project, Greenhouse for sponsoring this project, and Chef Nadia for challenging and guiding us.